Hey, hello and welcome. In this video, we shall learn how to work with the grid section of the Xtreme Builder. Once inside the Xtreme Builder, all we need to do is drag and drop the grid section inside the editor pane. We can see that right now we have two 50% sections inside the grid. As you can make out, the grid section is a container element which will also contain other percentage elements. But there is a slight difference between the white section and the grid section. In the case of the grid section, all the percentage elements will be adjacent to each other and will not have any spacing between them. Although the grid section will spread across the width of the page. Right now, I just appended two 25% sections so that now we have four 25% sections in the grid. Let's go and see what are the various options available with the grid. As you can make out, I can have borders around the elements in the grid. So I can have top and bottom borders, or I can have borders between the elements, or borders on top and bottom as well as between the elements. I can also select a minimum grid element height. So let me make it as 250 pixels. And I can also select a grid color styling. So from logo section, menu section, alternate sections, these stylings are defined in the Xtremes option panel under the styling tab. I can also select how I want the grid to respond in case of mobile phones or tablet devices. Do I want the grid to stack over each other, or do I want to display them besides each other? I can also give this grid section a custom CSS ID and then make any custom changes using the Xtreme Options panel. Once we are done, let's click on the Save button. Alright, let's go inside and edit the percentage section in the grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to we can edit the vertical positioning in the cell. So we can edit the vertical positioning of the grid cell from top, middle or bottom. Let it be top. I can also set a grid cell padding or a grid cell background. Let's insert an image in the grid. Let me select this image and click on insert. Now I also get the option to arrange the image in the grid. So I can select from all of these options. Let me select center so that image is aligned from the center, and let me select it as stretch to fit so that it fits the grid cell properly. And I can also select parallax options like scrolling and fixed, and I can also set animations. So let me have a rubber band animation for now, and I can also set the animation duration and delay once I set the animation. Once I'm done, let me just click on the save button. Alright, there we go. So we have defined a grid section with a height of 250 pixels and have provided an image in the background. I can also drag and drop other section builders inside the grid section's percentage containers. So there we go. Now we have a button section builder inside the percentage section of the grid. Alright, let me just create a clone of this 25% section. Alright, so now we have a clone, and let me just delete these other sections. Okay, so let me just clone this section once more. So now that we have 33% sections. Alright, so now we have three identical 33% sections inside the grid with a button each and image in the background. So this is how the elements are arranged in the grid, and you can observe that there is no spacing or padding between the adjacent percentage container sections. Alright, so once we are done setting up the grid, all I can do is publish this page. Once the page is published, let's go and open it in a new tab. There we go. You can see that all the three 33% sections inside the grid are spread across the width of the page. Otherwise, if we had used 333% sections next to each other, we would have got some white space padding from both the left and the right corners of the browser. But in case of the grid section, there is neither any padding from the left or the right side, nor any padding between the adjacent percentage sections. So this is how we can make use of the grid section. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and thanks for watching.